So till the last session, we had completed with geometrical isomerism, the first part of stereoisomerism. I'll be discussing the MCQs from the notes related with GI first, and then I'll start with optical isomerism. Okay, section M, MCQs related with GI. Second one, what should be the minimum condition to show geometrical isomerism? Minimum condition to show geometrical isomerism. First, restricted rotation about double bond or ring. Is this condition true?
Yes.
Yes. The GI is possible for a restricted rotation around the double bond in alkenes, in azo compounds, in oximes or imines, or due to the restricted rotation around the single bond in the cycloalkanes. So this is the minimum condition for the GI. Groups which are responsible to show geometrical isomerism differ in their relative distance. True or false? This concept you might understand with respect to the geometrical isomerism in coordination complexes. So when I talk about the square planar complex and the tetrahedral complex, the GI was possible in किसमें possible था GI?
Square planar.
GI is possible in square planar because the ligands, the relative distance is different. This ligand and this ligand are at an angle of 90 degree, but the opposite ligands are at an angle of 180 degree. So obviously their relative distance is also different. But for a tetrahedral complex, GI is not possible because all the ligands are at a equal distance and equal bond angle from each other. That's why यहाँ पर possible था, यहाँ पर नहीं था. Same way we can apply the concept with respect to the cycloalkanes and the alkenes or any other unsaturated compound. So this is also a true condition. And two different groups at both restricted atoms.
Yes.
Yes. For a double bonded carbon, if we have the same groups on the restricted atom, then it will not be able to show GI because इसको अगर invert भी करोगे, so it will not be a different structure in space, it will be same. So in that case, the GI will not be possible. इसलिए simple condition था, each double bonded atom should have different substituents attached to it. Then only the GI would be possible. Okay, so all are the minimum conditions required for the GI to be possible, and the answer is option 4. Fourth one, which of the following compound will not show GI? Will not show. Azomethane. What is an azo group? What is an azo group?
N double bond N.
N double bond N. Now we had talked about azobenzene, in which the nitrogen atom was satisfied with phenyl groups. So azomethane, matlab the N double bond N will be attached with methyl group. Now, irrespective of the substituents, the azo compound will always be able to show the GI because the GI is possible with respect to the group and the lone pair. ठीक है, तो यहाँ पर कोई भी ग्रुप होने दो, GI तो azo compound में possible हमेशा होगा. ठीक है, 1 bromo 2 chloro ethene. So let's draw the structure. Ethene is double bonded carbon. Then उसके first carbon पे bromo, second carbon पे chloro. Satisfy the valency. It is H and H. Now double bond carbon पे are the substituents different?
Yes.
Are the substituents different on the other side also?
Yes.
Yes. So yes, yes. मतलब the GI is possible in this case. 1 phenyl propene, meaning you have a 3 carbon double bond at the first carbon and उसी पे there is a phenyl group also attached, one पे phenyl. Now if you satisfy, here you have HH and a methyl group. So once again, observation, phenyl with H is different, H with methyl is different on either sides of the double bond. So the GI will be possible. Answer तो आपका 4 है क्योंकि ये नहीं बताएगा. And in this case, you have a but2ene wala structure with second methyl. Now the problem over here is the two methyl groups on the double bonded carbon is same. So if it is clashing, the GI is not possible. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Next, which of the following compound cannot show GI? Yes, simple hai. Apply the condition. Yes, anyone? See, the first one is the cyclobutane, and on the carbon of the cyclobutane, the substituents are identical. तो जब एक ही कार्बन पे आइडेंटिकल सब्स्टिट्यूएंट्स होगा तो GI will not be possible. For the GI to be possible in cycloalkanes, the two substituents have to be on adjacent carbon. Whether they are same or different doesn't matter. The adjacent carbon पे होना चाहिए. जैसे अगर साइक्लोप्रोपेन में सिर्फ 1,2 डाई सब्स्टिट्यूटेड विल शो, साइक्लोब्यूटेन में 1,2 एंड 1,3, साइक्लोपेंटेन में भी सेम, cyclohexane में 1,2, 1,3 and 1,4 can show the GI. But 1,1 disubstituted cyclic alkane cannot show the GI. So obviously the answer is 1. Second में you see it's 1,2 disubstituted cyclohexane. Third में there are 4 methyl groups but they are all on different carbon. So there can be multiple GI possible for this particular structure. कितने होंगे that we will discuss when we talk about number of stereoisomers. ठीक है, फोर्थ में भी पॉसिबल होगा because of 3 methyl on the different carbon atoms. Which of the following will not show geometrical isomerism? Now, a molecule can have more than one geometrical center. Geometrical center मतलब एक ही molecule में you can have an azo group, you can have oxime, you can have double bond, you can have a cyclic ring. मतलब multiple geometrical centers हो सकते हैं. So based on that, we can have multiple geometrical isomers also possible for them. Just in the first example, you can see there is one azo as the geometrical center and one double bond. But if I look at the double bond, will this be able to show GI?
No.
No, because two hydrogen are clashing. मतलब इस केस में ये एक geometrical center नहीं कहलाएगा because of the condition not getting satisfied. But azo, as I said, irrespective of whatever groups are attached on nitrogen, it doesn't matter because azo में तो हमेशा ही GI possible होगा because of the presence of the two lone pairs and the two groups. कोई भी होने दो फर्क नहीं पड़ता है, GI तो possible होगा ही. Next में
Possible.
possible. Now, is it possible because of this geometrical center?
No.
No, ये actually geometrical center है ही नहीं. ये वाला?
No.
No. So it is because of what?
The double bond and the cyclo compound.
The double bond in the cyclo compound, that's a cycloalkene. तो यहाँ पे एक restricted rotation होगा. दूसरा 1 and 4 पे disubstituted group will also be able to show ना. साइक्लिक में अगर the substituents are on different atoms, चाहे वो adjacent हो या कोई भी दो अलग कार्बन हो, it will be able to show the cis and trans. ठीक है, अब रही बात cycloalkene की, then practically it is observed that cycloalkene, because of the double bond, has restricted rotation and it can show the cis and trans. But up to 7 carbon, because of the ring strain, because of the ring स्ट्रेन, रिंग स्ट्रेन का मतलब जो एक्चुअल बॉन्ड एंगल है उससे कम बॉन्ड एंगल एग्जिबिट करेगा, so it will have lot of ring strain. The trans isomer is not possible up to 7 carbon atoms. इसलिए when we talk about cycloalkenes, you can make a note of this statement over here. Cycloalkenes can show GI with minimum 8 carbon atoms. Meaning the cis and trans is possible for cyclooctene, cyclononene, cyclodecene, but up to cycloheptene, cycloalkene में, despite of the restricted rotation, the cis and trans is not possible. And this is due to the ring strain associated with the cycloalkene structures. ठीक है, तो इसमें दो geometrical centers मैं बोल सकता हूँ. One is the double bond of cyclooctane and other is the different substituents on the first and same substituents on the first and fourth carbon, that is different carbon atom. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Then next is, what functional group do you see over here?
Oxime.
It's an oxime. C double bond N with OH is an oxime. So now here we have a methyl and a H, and here I can show a lone pair. This is how the oxime could be represented. And now with respect to H and OH, what is the name given to this geometrical isomer?
Trans.
It's not trans. Trans type nomenclature दिया था.
Anti.
Yes. Trans is similar to anti and cis will be similar to syn. So syn anti nomenclature use करते हैं for the oximes. We don't use cis and trans. So it is possible in the third one also. So not show GI, answer the fourth. And what is the problem with this?
Two double bonds are there.
It's a cumulene with two double bonds, yani even. So cumulines with even number of double bonds shows
OI.
OI. Because the molecule is planar or non-planar. GI होने के लिए the molecule must be. GI के लिए the molecule must be.
Planar.
मतलब ऑड में मैंने आपको बताया भी था ये प्लेनारिटी कैसे आता है, ठीक है. बट इवन के केस में द प्लेनारिटी इज लॉस्ट एंड बिकॉज ऑफ दैट द जीआई इज नॉट पॉसिबल बट द ओआई इज पॉसिबल. तो ज्यादा दिमाग को त्रास नहीं देना है. तो जस्ट रिमेंबर क्यूमुलेन्स अगर आया तो इवन विल शो ओआई एंड ऑड विल शो जीआई. 10th one, which of the following compound can show GI? Can show. First one,
No.
no, because of the same substituents on the restricted double bond. Next,
No.
no, because of the same reason. Third,
No.
because of cumulins with even number of double bonds. अब मान लो if you have a cumulene like this, and here the substituent is fluoro, chloro, bromo, bromo. Will this show GI?
No.
No. Cumulins with odd number of double bonds shows GI with the condition that the substituents on the terminal carbon atom has to be
Different.
different. तब इस केस में फ्लोरोक्लोरो एंड ब्रोमो आयोडो होगा तो बताएगा, लेकिन क्लैश हुआ तो डिस्पाइट ऑफ द ऑड नंबर ऑफ डबल बॉन्ड्स इट विल नॉट बी एबल टू शो. दो चीजें ध्यान रखनी है, odd number of double bonds and the substituents on the terminal carbon should be different. Next one. आंसर तो यही है, ये GI बताएगा, but because of which geometrical center, the unsaturated one or the cyclic one?
cyclic.
Cyclic.
Because unsaturated one में तो यहाँ पर मिथाइल ग्रुप्स क्लैश हो रहा है, but cyclic में 1,2 disubstituted cyclopentane can show the GI, and with that the GI is possible. Now M के बाद section N में number of stereoisomers के related concept है, which I will discuss in the next part. So I have skipped that as of now. I'll come back to that. फिलहाल के लिए I'll be continuing with section O, which is CIP rules, EZ naming, and physical properties of GI. Now, CIP rules is nothing but the atomic number rule which we use to identify the priority. That priority wala rule was given by three scientists together who were named as Ken, Ingold, and Prelog. पहले ऐसे नाम होते थे, Ken, Ingold, Prelog, and that is why it is called CIP system of naming the stereoisomers. ठीक है, तो ज्योमेट्रिकल के लिए वी हैव द EZ नेमिंग, एंड यही CIP रूल्स के बेसिस पे वी हैव द ऑप्टिकल आइसोमर्स में RS का नेमिंग. ठीक है, तो वीडियो में अगर RS कॉन्फ़िगरेशन समझा है तो दैट इज बेस्ड ऑन दिस एटॉमिक नंबर रूल इटसेल्फ. ठीक है, नाउ फर्स्ट क्वेश्चन, आइडेंटिफाई Z 2 पेंटीन. तो सबसे पहले इफ यू लुक एट द स्ट्रक्चर्स, ओनली फर्स्ट एंड सेकंड आर वैलिड. Third one is pent 1 in, so it is anyways ruled out. And fourth one is with 4 carbon atom but 2 in, which is again ruled out. तो या तो आंसर 1 है या 2. अब EZ nomenclature के लिए the priority was given. So methyl over H based on atomic number gets the priority, and ethyl over H gets the priority. So if the same priorities are on the same side, it is Z. The same priorities are on the opposite side, it is E nomenclature. ठीक है, तो सिस ट्रांस जहां पे अप्लाई करते हैं वहां पे EZ भी नेम कर सकते हैं. अगर मैं इसको सिस बोलूं तो भी करेक्ट है, या Z बोलूं तो भी करेक्ट है. ठीक है, और नेक्स्ट में अगर आप देखोगे तो दिस मिथाइल गेट्स अ प्रायोरिटी ओवर द H, and this ethyl gets a priority over the H. So ones are on the opposite side, that is why it will be the E pen to E. Understood?
Yes, sir.
Next, fourth one, which of the following is a syn isomer? Syn isomer. Functional group is an oxime. And syn के
3.
लिए the H and OH have to be on the same side. And if the H and OH are on the opposite side, this will be an anti-isomer. So aldoximes के लिए the syn and anti is named with respect to comparison of H and OH. On the same side it is syn, on the opposite side it is anti. Yeah, but अगर ketoxines होगा जहां पर on the carbon atom the groups are alkyl or phenyl groups, then with respect to name of the compound we identify which group will be on the same side. So what will be the name given to this particular compound? अगर मुझे सिन नेम करना है तो आई शुड राइट सिन के बाद see the name is given with respect to which group is on the side of OH. So if the methyl is on the side, you write sin के बाद methyl phenyl ketoxime, या फिर I can also call it as anti. Now anti जब लिखूंगा तो it will be phenyl with respect to OH at the anti position. तो अब इसका नाम हो जाएगा एंटी फिनाइल मिथाइल कीटोक्साइम. दोनों ही करेक्ट एंड वैलिड नेम्स है. एंड फर्स्ट में एक जनरल स्ट्रक्चर दिया हुआ है, अगर आप मिथाइल मिथाइल प्लेस कर दो तो ये वैसे भी रूल आउट हो जाता है. इट विल नॉट बी हैविंग द GI पॉसिबल. क्लियर? Next, which of the following is not true for malic and fumaric acid? Malic and fumaric acid were the unsaturated dicarboxylic acid geometrical isomers. Where malic was a cis or trans,
Cis.
malic was cis and fumaric was trans. So अब question है which of the following is not true? First, are they configurational isomers? Yes,
Yes.
because configurational isomers is the name given to geometrical isomers only. Geometrical is alternately called configurational isomerism. मतलब ये correct है. Stereoisomers, yes, because it is a part of stereoisomerism. Z and E, yes, because they are cis and trans. Constitutional, no, because constitutional was alternate name of structural isomerism. Next, which of the following is incorrect statement? Geometrical isomers are not mirror images isomer
True.
because a pair of geometrical isomers are simultaneously a pair of geometrical isomers is
Diastereomers.
simultaneously a pair of diastereomers. So the cis and trans are never the mirror images of each other. That is why they are diastereomers. मतलब ये तो correct statement है. Then a compound having double bond, restricted bond, always show GI.
False.
False. अब restricted bond तो condition है, लेकिन उस restricted bond पे the substituents have to be
Different.
different. तो ये एक incomplete और incorrect statement है. तो answer is 2. Then acyclic compound having single bond does not show GI. Acyclic is an open chain compound and having a single bond is an alkane and that does not show GI is correct. Cyclodecene can show cis and trans. Yes, because cycloalkene with minimum 8 carbon atoms can show the cis and trans form. Up to 7 carbon atom तो possible होता ही नहीं है. Next, eighth one. The incorrect order with respect to the properties mentioned for the following pair of compound is. The first one, if you look at the number of carbon atom, this will be 6, then 7, 8, 9, 10. This is cyclodecene with a double bond. अब cyclodecene में cis and trans तो possible होता ही है and उसमें the cis is found to be more stable because transform जो है उसके लिए the amount of energy involved is very high thereby making the transform less stable. तो साइक्लोअल्कीन्स में मिनिमम 2 पॉइंट्स याद रखना है. फर्स्ट पॉइंट इज cycloalkene with 8 carbon atoms can show cis and trans and out of them the cis is always more stable than trans always in all the cases चाहे वो cyclooctene हो nonene हो या decene हो cis is more stable than trans. So this is a correct statement. Incorrect पूछा है. Next one is famous butyene का cis versus trans and stability में बोला है trans is more stable. Is it correct?
Yes.
Yes. Next में we are asked to compare the boiling point. Now to compare the boiling point, what is the simple method?
Polarity.
Polarity. And for that you actually find the
Dipole moment.
dipole moment. So methyl and double bonded carbon में double bonded carbon is more electronegative and carbon and chlorine में chlorine wins. So similarly यहाँ पर भी मैं dipoles अगर draw करूँ तो what is your observation with which the dipole is more?
Second case.
Because the vectors are in the same direction, they will get added up and this molecule is going to become more polar. More the polarity, stronger is the dipole-dipole interaction and higher is the boiling point. So this will have a boiling point higher, मतलब ये order गलत है. और नेक्स्ट में सेम कंपाउंड्स दिया है और उनका डाइपोल मोमेंट पूछा है एंड वी हैव ऑलरेडी सीन दैट द डाइपोल मोमेंट ऑफ द ट्रांस वन इज मोर, तो ये भी ऑर्डर गलत है. तो इनकरेक्ट ऑर्डर इज ऑप्शन सी एंड डी, दैट इज द फोर्थ वन. Got it?
Yes, sir.
The correct order for the given pair of isomers is correct order. So melting point. अब butene में the melting point was higher for butene में the melting point was higher for
Trans.
Trans.
trans because of reason क्या था?
Packing.
Packing, and the packing was more because of more symmetry. So there are more elements of symmetry in trans over cis, and because of more symmetry, it is more closely packed, it is harder, and it is difficult to melt. So trans का melting point is higher, मतलब ये order incorrect है. Next is malic and fumaric acid, जिसमें the dipoles are to be compared. So COH will be more electron withdrawing as compared to the double bonded carbon. So here the dipoles are added up and here they are going to get cancelled. So overall your dipole is now 0. So dipole moment trans का ज़्यादा है, ये भी गलत है. Boiling point. So again polarity को identify करेंगे. Chlorines are opposite, dipoles will cancel. Chlorines are on the same side, dipoles will add. So dipole जब add होगा तो this will become more polar and it will have a higher boiling point. Again order गलत दिया है तो ये भी आंसर नहीं है. बचा आंसर एक ही है, fourth one. And इसमें the methyl and carbon has a higher dipole, higher polarity, and COH के लिए towards the functional group carboxyl. Similarly यहाँ पर methyl and double bonded carbon and carboxyl इस तरफ. So here the two dipoles are in the same direction, they will add up, make it more polar, and hence will have a higher boiling point, higher solubility, and water solubility here is going to be more. So चाहे solubility हो या boiling point हो, the dipole moment is very effective in understanding the properties and their comparison. Fine.
Yes.
Yes, sir.
So that completes the MCQs of GI, and now we start with the second part of stereoisomerism, that is optical isomerism. In simple words, optical isomerism is a property to rotate the PPL. Is related with the property to rotate the PPL. And what was the full form of PPL?
Plain polarized light.
Plane polarized light. And how do we obtain the PPL? By passing an ordinary light through a
Filter.
filter, and that filter was named as Nichols prism. So when an ordinary light in which there are vibrations present in all the planes perpendicular to the direction of propagation is passed through Nichols prism, at the output we get a light in which the vibrations are in only one plane perpendicular to the direction of propagation. That special light obtained by passing an ordinary light through Nichols prism is plane polarized light. And now when this PPL is passed through an optical solution, optically active solution, then it is found that the PPL rotates either to the right side clockwise direction or to the left anti-clockwise direction. So this rotation of the PPL is called optical activity related with the property of light. Again, now for a solution or a compound to be optically active, there are some conditions which are to be satisfied. So let's first understand the condition of optical activity. So the first and the minimum condition to show optical activity is the molecule should be
Asymmetrical.
asymmetrical. So asymmetric in Greek is nothing but given a name chiral. So the first and the minimum condition is the molecule must be chiral. Matlab, there should be no element of symmetry in the molecule. It must be dissymmetric, unsymmetrical or asymmetric. ठीक है, तो dissymmetry होना चाहिए. And now for a molecule to understand whether it has symmetry or not, we have to analyze two parts, which is pos and cos. Pos refers to
Plane of symmetry.
plane of symmetry and center of symmetry. So if a molecule doesn't have pos or cos, then there is no symmetry in the molecule, and in that we can consider the molecule to be chiral or optically active. Okay. Now pos is nothing but a plane which can divide the object or the molecule into two equal parts. तो कोई भी ऑब्जेक्ट या मॉलिक्यूल में there can be infinite planes present which can divide it into equal parts. So there can be multiple planes of symmetry. But center of symmetry is the center point of the object from where if we travel in opposite directions and at equal distance, if we come to the same thing, then it is having a center of symmetry. If the substituents attached over there are different, then it will not have a cos. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Then the second condition is the molecule must have a chiral carbon. So for an organic compound to be optically active, the carbon ka four valencies are to be satisfied by different atoms or groups. So let's say it is attached to A, B, D, and E, and this carbon with all the four valencies having different atoms or groups will be chiral or asymmetric, which is identified by an asterisk sign. Asterisk is nothing but the notation for the chiral carbon. So that is second condition. And thirdly, pos and cos को मैंने explain कर दिया है क्या होता है. अब to understand the concept, let's understand with the examples. So if I have a cyclobutane, we can have multiple planes which can divide the cyclobutane into equal parts. मतलब there is definitely a plane of symmetry in this. And center of symmetry matlab from the center if I travel in opposite directions and at equal distance. Here I have the two atoms as hydrogen और यहाँ पर भी दो atom hydrogen है. मतलब इस केस में there is a center of symmetry. यहाँ पे pos भी है cos भी है मतलब the molecule is having the symmetry and the OI will not be possible. ठीक है. Next में we have a methyl substituted cyclobutane. So in this case, I have a methyl attached on one of the carbon. So if I take this diagonal plane, then there is no symmetry. But if I take this diagonal plane, there will be a symmetry. Okay. Similarly, from the center, if I move in this two direction, there will be no cos. But ये वाले direction में move करूँगा, तो there will be a center of symmetry. मतलब यहाँ पर cos भी है और cos भी है. Then in the next one, I have a di-substituted cyclobutane. Di-substituted में the two groups can be on the same side. मतलब या तो दोनों above the plane है या below the plane है. इसमें हमने इक्वेटोरियल और एक्शियल का कॉन्सेप्ट भी पढ़ा है फॉर द साइक्लिक वंस. ठीक है. इफ बोथ आर एक्शियल और बोथ आर इक्वेटोरियल देन वी से इट इज काइंड ऑफ सिस. एंड एक्शियल इक्वेटोरियल है मतलब वो ट्रांस हो जाएगा. ठीक है. ऐसा नो. एंड दैट ऑल डिपेंड्स ऑन द पोजीशन आल्सो. 1 2 है 1 3 है कि 1 4 है. ठीक है. वो हम साइक्लोहेक्सेन में डिटेल में पढ़ चुके हैं बट वी कैन अप्लाई इट टू द साइक्लोब्यूटेन एज वेल. So if I have 1 2 dimethyl cyclobutane, Then because they are on the same side, there will be a symmetry related with the molecule. मतलब यहाँ पर cos रहेगा. But अगर center से आप जाओ तो here you have a methyl, but here you have a hydrogen, and same way here you have hydrogen, here you have methyl, मतलब there is no cos. But एक symmetry अगर आ गया, मतलब this will not be showing the optical activity. But for this same disubstituted cyclobutane, if one of them is above the plane and the other is below the plane, तो इस केस में देर विल नॉट बी एनी सिमेट्री, बिकॉज यहाँ पर कॉस देखोगे तो इक्वल पार्ट्स में ये ब्रेक नहीं करेगा, सॉरी, एंड कॉस भी नहीं है. ठीक है, ऐसा मॉलिक्यूल जिसमें कॉस भी नहीं कॉस भी नहीं, देन ओनली मॉलिक्यूल कैन हैव द OI पॉसिबल. अंडरस्टूड.
So in the second one, what is the cos?
Center of symmetry, meaning from here if you travel at equal distances you are getting a symmetry here. मतलब एक भी सिमेट्री हुआ तो कॉस है. कॉस क्रॉस करना मतलब क्या, दैट इज नो एलिमेंट ऑफ सिमेट्री आइदर वेज. मतलब एक भी एलिमेंटल सिमेट्री है मतलब वहां पर आप कॉस है बोलोगे. गॉट इट.
Yes, sir.
So that's the condition of optical activity to understand. Now to solve the questions based on optical activity, the best way is to identify the RS configuration. Now what was the reason of introducing RS? See, dextro and levo, the DL configuration is a completely experimental and practical concept. Matlab, if in the optical solution you are passing the PPL and you are measuring the rotation by a device called polarimeter, then in the polarimeter it can show an angle with a plus sign or a minus sign. So with the plus sign we can understand it is dextrorotatory compound, and with the minus we can say it's a levorotatory compound. But just by looking at the theoretical structure will not be able to determine whether the PPL is getting rotated to the right or to the left. तो डेक्स्ट्रो और लेवो जो है वो completely experimental concept है and practical based है. But if we want to identify theoretically whether it is going to rotate the PPL to the right or to the left, then we have DL की जगह RS configuration. DL की जगह RS configuration. Okay, now this RS configuration was given by Ken, Ingold, and Prelog. That is why this is also called CIP system of naming the optical compounds. So we had applied this in EZ, and now we are going to apply in the case of optical isomerism also. Okay, so the funda remains the same. CIP says that you assign the atomic numbers of the 4 atoms or groups which are bonded to a chiral carbon. तो सबसे पहले जो chiral carbon होता है, since there are 4 valences, there is this projection which is identified in the form of a plus sign, जिसको हम बोलते हैं Fisher projection. Fisher projection. So there are various ways of projecting a compound. This way of identifying the carbon ka 4 valences in the form of a plus sign is called Fisher projection. If I draw the carbon with 2 bonds in the same plane, one bond coming out of the plane towards the observer and one going behind, away from the observer, this is called
Wedge dash.
Gen.
wedge and dash projection या wedge dash formula. ठीक है, तो अलग अलग वेज ऑफ रिप्रेजेंटेशन है, इसको वेज डैश प्रोजेक्शन बोल सकते हैं, एंड व्हाट आई हैव ड्रॉन इज नथिंग बट द फिशर प्रोजेक्शन. तो क्या होता है, इफ यू just flatten this two bonds, then these two bonds are equivalent to the vertical wala valences. Matlab, if I have, let's say, A and B over here, this will be projected as AB on the plane of paper, and this two which are on the opposite side, let's say D and E, will be projected onto the left and onto the right, provided the observer is on the right. ऑब्जर्वर अगर राइट में होगा तो ई उसकी तरफ होगा, डी उससे ऑपोजिट होगा. Observer अगर यहाँ होगा तो E will be over here and D will be on the opposite. So what I've done is I've converted a wedge dash projection into the Fisher projection. मतलब any question in which the wedge dash projection will be given, you have to convert that into Fisher. That's the best and the simplest way to solve the questions of optical isomerism. Understood? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
The two bonds which are lying in the plane flatten on the vertical line, and the bond which is coming towards and away from the observer, they will be observed on the horizontal line. That's it. मतलब अगर यहाँ पर ऑब्जर्वर है तो ये दोनों वर्टिकल पे और ये दोनों हॉरिजॉन्टल पे दिखेंगे. D will be opposite to the observer. Fine with this?
Yes, sir.
Now, to understand the RS nomenclature, the first thing is all the valences of this chiral carbon has to be different. तभी तो वो chiral बोला जाएगा, right? So let's take an example of a carboxylic acid substituted with OH. Now, CIP system में करते क्या है? We assign the priorities. Sorry. So oxygen gets the highest priority because its atomic number is 8. Then the two carbons have atomic number 6 and the hydrogen has an atomic number 1. Fine. So with the atomic number, OH gets the highest priority, followed by the two carbons which have the same atomic number. Now for this, you create a set. And then comparing the set, you assign the priority. What will be the set for the carboxyl group? C double bond O, OH.
O.
O. Because करना क्या है, कार्बन का एक बॉन्ड तो कायरल कार्बन को अटैच्ड है एंड द अदर 3 वैलेंसीज जिस भी एटम को अटैच्ड है उसका एक सेट बनाना है. तो ट्रिपल O and the methyl will have the triple H. The triple O definitely has a priority higher than the triple H. तो ये हो गया third one and this will be the fourth one. ठीक है. Now RS के लिए there is a simple trick which is called golden rule. Golden rule क्या बोलता है? If the fourth priority, that is the least priority group is on the horizontal line, and whatever is your rotation, the answer will be reversed. मतलब R आया तो S, S आया तो R. But if the lowest priority is on the vertical line, then the answer needs to be retained. Understood?
Yes, sir.
So ignore the fourth priority group and just trace 1, 2, and 3. So 1 से 2 and 2 से 3 is rotating in the.
Anti-clockwise.
So anti-clockwise के basis पे होना चाहिए S. But as per the rule, if the lowest priority is on the horizontal, the answer needs to be reversed. Hence, the correct answer of this will be R. Am I clear on this? Quick.
Yes,
Is
sir.
it understood? Okay. Then let's say I have the Fisher projection only with all the 4 groups same, but now they are arranged in a different manner. तो जैसे ही यहाँ पर arrangement different हो जाता है, so what is the relation between them? That type of question is asked. So let's say this is my first structure and this is the second structure. Now there can be only two types of relation for a molecule having one chiral carbon. Either they can be दो ही relation हो सकते हैं for a molecule containing one chiral carbon. What are they? I doubt whether you have all watched the video or not. Gautam,
Yes, sir.
watched or not watched?
So today morning only I watched.
Why so late? In fact, morning में देखा तो it should be fresh in your mind.
So I watched it on fast forward.
And it is simple. See, a molecule having one chiral carbon, either both can have the R configuration or one can have R and one can have S. Now, if both have the same configuration, what is the relation between them? They
Mesomer.
are identical. Mesomer का concept is not applicable to compound having one chiral carbon. Mesomer दो chiral carbon में आता है. रुक जाओ. A molecule having one chiral carbon, the relation between them can be only two. या तो दोनों सेम हो सकते हैं या दोनों एक दूसरे के मिरर इमेजेस हो सकते हैं. मतलब either they can be identical or they can be enantiomers. तो अब ये तो डायरेक्टली इसका मिरर इमेज है और मिरर इमेज वो भी नॉन सुपर इम्पोजेबल वाला. So if the molecules have non-superimposable mirror images, then they are enantiomers. That is what the theory is. But RS के related आपको सिर्फ इसका configuration देखना है और अगर ये S आया तो आप 100% बोल सकते हो ये एक दूसरे के enantiomers हैं. That is how you are going to solve the questions. Now pay attention. So if you have the OH as the first priority, this is the second, this is third and this is fourth. तो अब 1 से 2 एंड 2 से 3 घूम रहा है क्लॉकवाइज लेकिन होगा
Yes.
S. Meaning now the relation between first and second is enantiomers. अब let's say I give the same four substituents arranged in a different manner. Let's say COH यहाँ पर डाल दिया, OH यहाँ पर, मिथाइल यहाँ पर और H यहाँ पर. ठीक है. अब just by looking at the compound you can't tell whether it is identical or it is enantiomer. इसलिए बेस्ट वे क्या है, कॉन्फ़िगरेशन आइडेंटिफाई करो. समझ में आ रहा है क्वेश्चन किस तरह से सॉल्व करना है. If two structures are given and their relation is asked, just assign RS, and for a molecule with one chiral carbon, if the R and R clashes then they are identical. SS will be identical. RS या SR will be enantiomers. ठीक है. So now the priority is 1, 2, 3 over here and 4. Now fourth is on the vertical line. So जैसे भी घूम रहा है that will be your answer. It needs to be retained. So घूम रहा है clockwise होगा
R.
R. Clear? So 1 and 3 are identical. 2 and 3 are enantiomer. 1 and 3 are enantiomers. That is the type of question you can get. And you might get in the form of the wedge projection also. But wedge projection में कभी भी आप RS assign नहीं करोगे. You have to convert the wedge into the fissure and then identify RS, and then on the basis of that you answer. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Up next में we have molecule with two chiral carbon. So the example which I had given was tartaric acid. And tartaric acid is a dihydroxy substituted dicarboxylic acid. So 2COH opposite पे रखा है and the OH groups are on the second and the third carbon like this. So this is the first structure of tartaric acid. With a molecule having two chiral carbon, there are theoretically four structures possible because there is a formula for number of stereoisomers which is 2 raised to the number of chiral centers. तो अगर एक chiral center है दो स्ट्रक्चर आएंगे, दो chiral center है चार स्ट्रक्चर्स आएंगे. ठीक है. तो इसके चार स्ट्रक्चर्स कैसे ड्रॉ करना है उसका एक सिंपल ट्रिक. Based on the reference first structure, the second structure will be its mirror image. So COH on the vertical line will be retained, OH will come on the left side and the H will be on the right. ठीक है. Next structure के लिए referring to the first one, keep the configuration of the first chiral carbon fixed. Configuration fixed मतलब क्या, यहाँ पे H and OH को ऐसे ही रहने दो and second वाले का आप revert कर दो. ठीक है, मतलब यहाँ पर you just invert it as OH with H and rest all same. ये हो गया इसका third structure. And then fourth structure will be simply the mirror image of the third one. Getting it? How to draw the fourth structure? The simple way is first structure draw कर लो, second उसका mirror image, third के लिए एक fix रखो, दूसरे को उल्टा करो, and fourth will be its mirror image. खत्म. These are all tartaric acid का stereoisomers. अब relation समझने के लिए the best way is to identify the RS configuration. Now, if I look at the first chiral carbon, अगर मैं इसको separate करूँ तो I have the COH over here, H, OH, and there is a carbon which is bonded to hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. Like this, right?
Yes, sir.
Please respond. So now the OH will have the highest priority. Between these two carbon atoms, the set created will be triple O for the first one and OCH for the second one. O, C and H for the second one. Obviously, triple O gets a priority second, this will be third and this will be fourth. अब फोर्थ को छुपा दो, 1 2 3 को घुमाओ, 1 से 2, 2 से 3 घूम रहा है सॉरी, घूम रहा है एंटी क्लॉकवाइज पर होगा
R.
R. घूम रहा है एंटी क्लॉकवाइज लेकिन होगा R. सेम वे में सेकेंड काइरल कार्बन का OH has the first priority, COH का second and this कार्बन का third. 1 से 2, 2 से 3 घूम रहा है
S.
क्लॉकवाइज होगा S. लैंग्वेज ऐसे ही फॉलो करना है व्हाट आई एम सेइंग। घूम रहा है क्लॉकवाइज, अगर लिस्ट प्रायोरिटी हॉरिजॉन्टल पे है तो आंसर होगा S, और अगर वही लिस्ट प्रायोरिटी वर्टिकल लाइन पे हुआ तो जो भी आया वो रिटेन करना है। Now, having assigned the configuration for the two chiral carbon, the other structures का configuration is not to be assigned, because what we have done is second structure, the mirror image of first one. So if this is RS, this configuration will become
SR.
SR. Third structure में first को retain किया and second को उल्टा किया, so this RS will change to भाई first structure में
RR.
if it is RS, then first is retained, second is ulta, तो RR, and then the mirror image will become SS. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, the question which are asked is, what is the relation between the structures given? So if I talk about first and second, the minimum condition for optical isomerism is it should not have any element of symmetry. यहाँ पर देखोगे तो फर्स्ट मॉलिक्यूल में the first condition gets violated क्योंकि there is a
Plane of symmetry.
plane of symmetry in the molecule, and if you try to rotate this molecule by 180 degree, you will be getting the second structure. So 180 से rotate करने पर if you are getting the same structure, then they are not different as a stereoisomer. If they are not different, then the relation between them is they are identical. And ऐसे stereoisomers which are identical despite of the presence of the chiral carbon are actually called as mesomers. मतलब कायरल कार्बन होते हुए भी अगर मॉलिक्यूल्स ऑप्टिकली इनएक्टिव होते हैं बिकॉज दे हैव अ सिमेट्री, then they will be called as mesomers. So remember that mesomers are optically
Inactive.
inactive, and I stated that they are inactive due to
Plane of symmetry.
plane of symmetry, and it is due to internal compensation. अब इसका मतलब क्या? When I say this is R and this is S, let's say this particular carbon rotates the ppl by plus theta, then since there is a symmetry and it's the opposite configuration, this carbon will rotate the ppl by
minus theta.
minus theta. So if I have this molecule, then will the ppl be rotating the light overall?
No.
No, it will be nullifying within the molecule, it will be cancelling within the molecule. And because of that, the molecule will be optically inactive due to the compensation internal to the molecule. That's why it is called internal compensation. Got it?
Yes, sir.
Then third and fourth are the mirror images which are non-superimposable, and also there is no symmetry in the molecule. Here the pause is not present. The molecules are mirror images and they are non-superimposable. So these types are called enantiomers. Okay. Enantiomers are the stereoisomers which are non-superimposable mirror images of each other. ठीक है. दूसरी बात, if I have equimolar mixture of third and fourth added together, then this mixture is called
Racemic mixture.
racemic mixture. And since I am adding it in the equal proportion, it will be optically
Inactive.
inactive. And here the optical inactivity is due to two different compounds, hence we call it as
External compensation.
external compensation. Internal मतलब मॉलिक्यूल के अंदर, इंट्रा, और एक्सटर्नल मतलब दो मॉलिक्यूल के बीच में, यानी इंटर. ठीक है. So on page 30 in the notes, mesomers and racemic mixture is given at the bottom. Do you observe that? Page 30. ये लिख लो प्लीज उसके बाजू में, मीजोमर के बाजू में और रेसमिक मिक्सचर के बाजू में. पेज 30 बॉटम. डन.
So I have a doubt.
Hmm.
So what does that RS signify actually?
R is similar to dextro and S is similar to levo. I didn't tell you the full form. R is related with the Latin word rectus and S is sinister. जैसे practically we can experimentally find the PPL rotating the the PPL being rotated to the right or left, being called as dextro and levo. Theoretically, if I want to know that this compound with this configuration will rotate the PPL to the right or to the left, we can actually assign RS. So R is related with a Latin word rectus, which means right. R for rectus, R for right. Matlab this will be equivalent to dextro rotatory compound, and S matlab equivalent to levo rotatory. So these are theoretical nomenclature and dextro-levo is experimental based. So I can say R is equivalent to dextro, S is equivalent to levo. Understood?
Yes, sir.
That's what the direction signifies, na? तो यहाँ पर ये घूम रहा है clockwise, मतलब it is the PPL being rotated to the right or to the left or clockwise or anti-clockwise direction. So overall, when I say R, matlab this molecule with the arrangement like this, will have the PPL rotated to the right side by a certain angle, which is called its specific rotation. हर molecule का specific rotation fixed होता है at a fixed temperature. ठीक है? So in the three
Yes, sir.
dimension, this molecule will be observed like this. Let me draw it. ठीक है, so I will have the COH ऊपर, the OH over here, and अगर observer यहाँ पर है, तो this dark wedge will have OH and the dashed wedge will have H. So this is the three-dimensional structure which will, जिसका अगर solution मैं ले लूँ, if I take a solution of this particular compound, then it will be observed that this optical solution is rotating the PPL by an angle on the right side in the clockwise direction. कितना एंगल है वो भी हम फाइंड कर सकते हैं बाय अ फॉर्मूला. अंडरस्टूड?
Yes, sir.
देन द रिलेशन बिटवीन द फर्स्ट स्ट्रक्चर एंड द थर्ड स्ट्रक्चर. अब फर्स्ट एंड थर्ड में एक्चुअली कोई रिलेशन ही नहीं है. मतलब दे आर नॉट द मिरर इमेजेस ऑफ ईच अदर. द स्टीरियोआइसोमर्स व्हिच आर नॉट द mirror images of each other are called diastereomers. Diastereomers. ठीक है. Now there is very important concept related with that. See, if I have enantiomers, enantiomers differ only in optical rotation, यानी optical property. उनकी chemical properties same होती हैं, physical properties are also same. So now chemical properties same है तो chemically हम लोग इसको separate नहीं कर सकते हैं. Physical properties भी same है तो even by distillation or any other separation method will not be able to separate the enantiomers. So if I have the mixture of third and fourth, it will not be possible to separate them. But then diastereomers जो होते हैं ना, उनका physical properties, because there is no relation between them, their physical properties are found to be different. So if the physical properties are found to be different, we will be able to separate them by fractional distillation because there will be difference in their physical property like boiling point. So practically, to separate the enantiomers, we convert the enantiomers into diastereomers by reacting it with some compound, and through the diastereomers, the separation is actually done. This separation method is called resolution. So resolution, just remember, it's a word given for the separation of enantiomers by converting to diastereomers. ये भी मैंने पेज 33 बॉटम पे दिया हुआ है. रेजोल्यूशन क्या होता है? इट्स अ प्रोसेस टू सेपरेट enantiomers by converting to diastereomers. फंडा सिंपल है. मेरे पास एक कायरल कार्बन वाला मॉलिक्यूल है जिसका ऑप्टिकल आइसोमर्स इज देयर R and S. I react with one other optically active compound which has a S configuration. दोनों में S है. ठीक है. तो एक मिक्सचर में I have RS and I add with one compound which is having S configuration. So the resulting compound now will have two chiral carbon, and उस two chiral carbon में I can have the configuration as RS and SS. ठीक है. And whenever one of the configuration is retained and दूसरा is changing, the simple trick is they are diastereomers. तो यहाँ पर the physical properties were same, separation difficult था. When I converted to diastereomers, now the physical properties are different, the separation is possible. And once they are separated, this RS could be now splitted into R and S by again reacting the compound and separating this. मतलब पहले mixture में था, we converted to diastereomers, we separated the diastereomers and then separated this R with this S and this S with this S. Finally क्या होगा? मुझे ये R और S separated मिलेगा. This method of separating is called resolution. Understood?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है. Any doubt in this part, anyone? Speak up if you have any doubt. ठीक है. So this diastereomers का concept is very important. Now geometrical isomers are anyways diastereomers. So there is a difference in their physical properties which we have already seen. Boiling point अलग होता है, melting point अलग होता है, तो उनका separation possible है. But optical isomers में अगर वो enantiomers है तो उनमें सिर्फ optical property differ करता है. मतलब there is no way we can separate the enantiomers. तो separation के लिए there is a special method called resolution. The internal concept is simple that the enantiomers are converted to diastereomers which differ in their physical properties and hence the separation become possible. That's it. Understood? Understood.
Yes, sir.
Now, apart from the question based on relation between the structures, you could also be asked the total number of stereoisomers. So when I talk about total number of stereoisomers, if there are some structures which are identical, you have to count them as one. So the total number of unique structures over here for this tartaric acid are
3.
3 because 1 and 2 identical hai. But let's say instead of this acid, if I have an ester group, the functional isomer of acid, how many structures now will be possible? If I have acid की जगह पे ester, will there be first and second structure identical now? Hello, 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 hello.
Yes, sir.
भाई तुम लोग को समझ में आ रहा है कि नहीं? Why aren't you responding? नहीं आ रहा है तो बोलो, I will explain, but at least respond. नहीं समझा तो 10 बार समझाऊंगा, but बोलो. हाँ ना कुछ तो बोलो.
So it will be different.
It will be different. And if they are different, how many stereoisomers would be possible now? If there is
4.
no symmetry, there will be 4. समझा? तो ये एक और कैटेगरी का क्वेश्चन है. You can note down this at the bottom. Total number of stereomers या stereoisomers, this is a short word, also a valid name. Stereomers will be 3 in this case where there is a pause. But जैसे ही pause हट गया तो चारों स्ट्रक्चर एक दूसरे से डिफर करेंगे and there will be 4 stereoisomers possible. So note down these 2 points. तो एक कायरल कार्बन और 2 कायरल कार्बन वाले क्वेश्चन सबसे ज्यादा कॉमन है एंड वॉट एवर टाइप ऑफ क्वेश्चंस कैन कम, आई हैव जस्ट डिस्कस्ड देम ओवर हियर. Please make a note of this. Total number of stereomers is 3. For this example given, if there is no symmetry, acid की जगह कोई और group दिखा, तो there will be 4 stereoisomers. So now on the page 31, I have given a summary. Summary में simple, अगर if you have a molecule with one chiral carbon and if a relation is asked, either it can be identical or it can be enantiomer. So if you have two structures, one is having R and other is also having R, despite of whatever arrangement is given. तो अरेंजमेंट अलग दिखने पर आप ये नहीं बोल सकते हो कि ये कंपाउंड एक दूसरे से डिफर कर रहा है. दे कैन बी आइडेंटिकल, दे कैन बी डिफरेंट. इसीलिए द बेस्ट मेथड इज टू असाइन द आर एस कॉन्फ़िगरेशन. तो अगर दोनों का आर आया या दोनों का एस आया, then they are same structures, you will call them to be identical. and एक का आर आया दूसरे का एस या vice versa, then it will be enantiomer. So there is only two possible answers for molecule with one chiral carbon. लेकिन if I have the molecule with two chiral carbon, तो जो दो structures दिए हैं numbered as 1 and 2, I can have the configuration as RR, और दूसरे का भी मुझे RR मिल सकता है, या फिर SS और दूसरे का भी SS. इस केस में I will have the relation as identical. अब एक एग्जांपल देता हूं and then we will just justify this part once again. Let's say I have a methyl group here, H, OH, OH, H and the ethyl. ठीक है, सिमेट्री नहीं है यहाँ पर, 4 स्ट्रक्चर्स पॉसिबल हैं. मैं एक और स्ट्रक्चर दे रहा हूँ और उसका रिलेशन पूछ रहा हूँ आपसे. सो लेट्स से आई हैव अ मिथाइल ओवर हियर. छोड़ो मिथाइल को, यहाँ पर OH ले लेते हैं, यहाँ पर मिथाइल, यहाँ पर H, यहाँ पे आई विल टेक इथाइल, यहाँ पर OH एंड यहाँ पर H. अब द क्वेश्चन इज व्हाट इज द रिलेशन बिटवीन देम. So looking at this spatial projection, it is very difficult to tell the answer. हम क्या करेंगे, जस्ट इन दोनों कायरल कार्बन का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन असाइन कर लेंगे और फिर ये वाला जो समरी एज अ ट्रिक दिया है वो अप्लाई करेंगे. तो मैं आपको पहले समरी बता देता हूँ. अगर दोनों का RR आया या दोनों का SS यानी सेम आया तो ऑब्वियसली द रिलेशन बिटवीन देम इज सेम. But you can get a structure which is symmetrical in which one is RS and other is SR. Then also they will be identical, जैसे हमने टार्टरिक एसिड में देखा, राइट? ये देखो टार्टरिक में RS आया और SR आया, तो RS और SR एक दूसरे के इनेंशियोमर थियोरेटिकली होंगे, लेकिन सिमेट्री है इसलिए इट विल नॉट बी इनेंशियोमर, इट विल बी identical. Understood? Are you all
Yes,
following?
sir.
I'm really doubtful whether I'm able to explain or not. तुम लोग respond नहीं कर रहे हो तो I am really in doubt whether it is understood or not. नहीं समझा है तो please tell, please speak up. I'll explain again. Okay. Next scenario is we can have the configuration RR and सामने SS. तो अगर RR SS आया तो वो एक दूसरे के enantiomers है, या फर्स्ट में SS आया दूसरे में RR, या फिर RS और ऑपोजिट SR आया लेकिन वो मॉलिक्यूल कैसा है, unsymmetrical. Then the relation between the two structures for a molecule with two chiral carbon will be optical isomers or enantiomers. And third scenario is RR आने पर एक फिक्स दूसरा चेंज हो रहा है, या फिर SS आने पर एक फिक्स दूसरा चेंज हो रहा है. ठीक है, तो ट्रिक ये है कि one of the configuration is retained and दूसरा is changing, then they will always be diastereomers of each other. ठीक है, मतलब मॉलिक्यूल विद टू कायरल कार्बन कैन आइदर बी सेम और मेसोमर्स, इनेंशियोमर्स और डाइस्टीरियोमर. इसके 3 पॉसिबल आंसर हो सकते हैं. अब आपके सामने वो मैंने क्वेश्चन दिया है, जो 2 स्ट्रक्चर्स दिए हैं उसमें आपको आइडेंटिफाई करने हैं व्हाट इज द रिलेशन. सो नाउ प्रायोरिटी वाइज दिस इज फर्स्ट, this is methyl and here there is a carbon with oxygen, hydrogen and carbon. So which carbon will have a higher priority, ऊपर वाला या नीचे वाला? ऊपर वाला या नीचे
नीचे
वाला?
वाला.
So this OH gets the highest priority because of the atomic number. Then ये second है, ऊपर वाला third है, and घूम रहा है clockwise, H on the horizontal. Answer will be
S.
S. घूम रहा है clockwise होगा S. फिर वापस OH. Then again you have a carbon with oxygen, carbon, hydrogen, and this carbon with carbon and 2 hydrogen. So the set of the above carbon will be higher. तो 1 से 2 और 2 से 3 घूम रहा है क्लॉकवाइज होगा
S.
S. ठीक है, अब दूसरे की बात करते हैं. दिस इज द कायरल कार्बन OH with this carbon and methyl. So first, second and third. First, second and third. घूम रहा है clockwise होगा
S.
S. This is OH, then second and then third. So 1, 2, 3 मतलब घूम रहा है एंटी क्लॉकवाइज होगा
S.
ऐसी होगा. घूम रहा है एंटी क्लॉकवाइज होगा S, क्योंकि H इज ऑन द वर्टिकल लाइन. इज दैट क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
अब दोनों का कॉन्फ़िगरेशन SS आ गया, मतलब दे आर मीजोमर्स, दे आर आइडेंटिकल स्ट्रक्चर्स. दिखने में आप बोलोगे यार ये स्ट्रक्चर्स तो अलग लगते हैं, कैसे सेम हो सकते हैं, बट दिस इज व्हाट द अरेंजमेंट इन स्पेस इज रिलेटेड विथ. इसीलिए just by looking at the structure you'll not be able to determine. That's why the RS method is very 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 effective. समझा?
Yes, sir.
ठीक है, अब मैं इनमें से किसी को भी स्विच कर दूं तो मुझे मान लो अगर R आ गया तो SS with SR will be,
Diastereomers.
एंड अगर दोनों RR आया तो
Enantiomers.
खत्म. यही 3 क्वेश्चंस आ सकते हैं. क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
ऐसा जरूरी
So,
नहीं है आपको ये सेम अरेंजमेंट में स्ट्रक्चर दिया जाए. दिस टू ग्रुप्स कैन बी इंटरचेंज इन एनी मैनर. कोई भी मैनर में इंटरचेंज करो, फर्क नहीं पड़ता. आप खाली उसका RS आइडेंटिफाई करो. यस गौतम.
so can you define mesomers and diastereomers again?
Mesomers are those stereoisomers which are optically inactive due to the presence of symmetry in the molecule. So mesomer is a concept applicable only to the molecule having a symmetry. Diastereomers is a concept which is applicable to any molecule, चाहे वो symmetrical हो या unsymmetrical हो. And diastereomers are those stereoisomers which are not the mirror images of each other. मतलब basically, if you have a structure which is not the mirror image of each other, and if their configuration is like this with one retained and one differing, then they are diastereomers. Why diastereomers is important? Because their physical properties are different and we can separate them by distillation method. So for this molecule which is not having any symmetry, will the concept of mesomer be applicable here?
No.
No. But diastereomer का concept apply होगा. अगर मैं यहाँ पर मिथाइल कर दूं तो this will become a mesomer if there is a symmetry. मतलब दोनों ग्रुप अगर सेम है तो. समझा?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now few of the important points which are given on the page number 32 and 33. I'll just explain them. So let's say I have a chiral compound जिसका enantiomers का optical solution is taken in 2 beakers. So let's say there is an optical solution with the RR configuration, and in the another beaker I have taken the enantiomer of that with SS configuration. Now if I have 10 ml of the first one and 2 ml of the second one, if I add them, how much amount is going to get compensated?
2 ml.
Only 2 ml. Matlab, this 2 ml SS configuration will nullify the 2 ml of the RR configuration. Matlab, after mixing, can I say 8 ml of the first solution will have the PPL rotation possible? Yes or no?
Yes, sir.
So 8 ml is going to have the optical activity possible in solution 1. Solution 2 तो खत्म हो चुका है क्योंकि 2 ml nullify हो जाएगा, but 8 ml of the first solution still will have the property to rotate the PPL. That concept is called optical purity. Optical purity. So optical purity is measured as a ratio of observed optical rotation after mixing of the two compounds divided by the observed rotation of pure enantiomer before mixing. तो मिक्स करने के पहले उसका रोटेशन मेजर करते हैं और मिक्स करने के बाद उसका ऑप्टिकल रोटेशन मेजर करते हैं, ठीक है। तो बेस्ड ऑन द रेशियो वी कैन फाइंड हाउ मच इज ऑप्टिकली प्योर। तो देखो एक एग्जांपल दिया है, आई हैव टेकन द एग्जांपल ऑफ ब्यूटेन टू ऑल which has the theta of the mixture, मतलब the optical rotation as plus 9.73, मतलब this has the PPL का rotation possible on the right by 9.73 angle, ठीक है, थीटा ऑफ द मिक्सचर। और थीटा जब प्योर प्योर था तो फिर 13.73 था, ठीक है, प्योर फॉर्म में बिफोर मिक्सिंग 13.73 था, आफ्टर मिक्सिंग इट इज नाउ 9.73, मतलब 4 डिग्रीज ऑफ रोटेशन इज बिंग नलिफाइड। इसका मतलब जो 4 डिग्री का रोटेशन यहाँ पर मिक्सचर में कम हुआ है, दैट इज बिकॉज ऑफ द मिक्सिंग ऑफ द लेवो कंपाउंड। अरे यस और नो?
Yes, sir.
दिस इज इक्वलेंट टू, मान लो ये 10 ml का प्योर सोल्यूशन था और मिक्स करने के बाद जो 2 ml का सोल्यूशन ऑप्टिकली इनएक्टिव हो गया है, बचा हुआ जो 8 ml है वो ऑप्टिकल एक्टिविटी शो करेगा। तो दिस इज इक्वलेंट टू 8 ml। इज दैट अंडरस्टूड नाउ?
Yes, sir.
Therefore, if the optical purity is asked, the formula is simple. प्योर में था 13.73, मिक्स करने के बाद 4 डिग्री कॉम्पेंसेट हो गया, तो 9.73 इज नाउ ऑब्जर्व्ड एंड मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100 यू गेट 71%। तो 71% अगर ऑप्टिकली प्योर है तो कैन आई से 29% इज ऑप्टिकली इम्प्योर? तो दिस 29% इज इक्वलेंट टू हाउ मच इस एग्जांपल से?
2 ml.
बस समझा, 10 ml, 8 ml और 2 ml को मैंने यहाँ पर परसेंटेज में कन्वर्ट कर दिया और कुछ नहीं किया मैंने। इसका मतलब ओवरऑल डेक्स्ट्रो ओवरऑल विद द पॉजिटिव साइन इज 71% प्लस 29 में प्लस भी होगा माइनस भी होगा इक्वल प्रोपोर्शन में, तो 14.5 इसका प्लस होगा, तो 85.5 is dextro and levo is to the extent of only 14.5%. Am I clear with this funda?
Yes, sir.
मतलब ये जो 2 ml है ये मान लो लेवो है तो ये 14.5 है, तो इसका 14.5 will compensate only 14.5 of the RR. So that is why 29 will be optically inactive यानी impure. बचा हुआ जो 8 ml है वही ऑप्टिकली प्योर होगा, that is nothing but this 71% remaining. समझा ऑप्टिकल प्योरिटी?
Yes, sir.
Now optical purity itself is also called enantiomeric excess. EA, enantiomeric excess. Sorry, EE, enantiomeric excess. तो इसको भी फाइंड करने का तरीका सेम ही है। व्हाट वी डू इज टोटल डेक्स्ट्रो प्लस लेवो एंड द डिफरेंस ऑफ डेक्स्ट्रो एंड लेवो मल्टीप्लाई बाय 100। फंडा वही है ना, टोटल जो है वो तो हमेशा 100% होगा, उसमें से डिफरेंस जो है वही तो आपका ऑप्टिकल प्योरिटी देने वाला है। दिस माइनस दिस इज गोइंग टू गिव यू 71%। तो enantiomeric excess पूछा हो या ऑप्टिकल प्योरिटी पूछा हो, based on what data is given you can find it. Clear?
Yes, sir.
Okay. अब आपके दिमाग में आ रहा होगा ये जो वैल्यूज यहाँ पर मैंने लिया है ये आता कैसे है, प्लस 9.73 या प्लस थीटा माइनस थीटा, ठीक है। तो दिस पर्टिकुलर एंगल through which the PPL gets rotated is called specific rotation, which is indicated by alpha। इस तरह से लिखा जाता है, and this is calculated based on 3 things: theta, concentration, and the length of the polarimeter tube. Theta is measured in degrees, This is the concentration which is always measured in gram per ml, not mole per liter, it is gram per ml. और लेंथ जो है वो डेसीमीटर में होना चाहिए. दिस इज द कंडीशन फॉर द कैलकुलेशन. concentration in gram per ml, length in the decimeter. तो polarimeter ट्यूब क्या होता है? एक डिवाइस होता है which measures the ppl का rotation to the right or to the left. और उस ट्यूब का लेंथ भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट फैक्टर है फॉर आइडेंटिफाइंग द रोटेशन. ठीक है. नाउ स्पेसिफिक रोटेशन किसी भी कंपाउंड का हमेशा फिक्स्ड होता है. The theta can change based on the concentration and the length of the polarimeter tube, but the overall ratio always remains a constant. Overall ratio always remains a constant. आपने concentration change किया या length change किया तो theta change होगा, but overall theta upon CL का calculation will always give you the same value, that is the alpha. The specific rotation for a molecule is always fixed at a constant temperature. It is only temperature dependent. Change in C या L leads to change in theta, but alpha still remains the same. समझा? ठीक है.
Yes, sir.
ये वाला जो पार्ट है on this slide, this is not there in much of the detailed syllabus. In fact, इसके questions recent JEE में आया भी नहीं है. ठीक है. ये बहुत पुराने syllabus का है. But in case you solve the previous year question, you should be able to understand these type of questions. That's the reason I've given in the short form over here. ठीक है. तो इन केस स्पेसिफिक रोटेशन या ऐसे वर्ड्स आते हैं या उसका कैलकुलेशन आ जाता है तो आपको कैसे सॉल्व करना है ये मेथड आना चाहिए. दैट्स द रीजन आई एम जस्ट शोन ओवर हियर. क्लियर?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I am done with optical isomerism in today's session. For Thursday, I will continue with the number of stereoisomers and conformation ka part. And make sure that you watch the video of conformation if you have not watched. Thursday को I'll wind up the conformation and the number of stereoisomers का फंडा. And that will be the syllabus for the Saturday's test. Saturday के लिए 3 isomerism है स्टीरियो के अंदर, geometrical, optical and conformational. Geometrical, optical I have completed in detail, and conformational I will be discussing on Thursday along with the MCQs also discussed. You can start solving the MCQs of the optical isomerism. Whatever is comfortable, you can just start solving it. ठीक है. मैं सेशन में लेने वाला हूँ. उसके अलावा कोई और डाउट्स भी हो तो आगे का मॉड्यूल 2 में भी यू कैन स्टार्ट सॉल्विंग द क्वेश्चंस ऑफ स्टीरियो आइसोमेरिज्म. जितना आता है उतना सॉल्व करना चालू करो. Whatever doubts you have, I will be discussing the MCQs on Thursday also. Fine.
Yes, sir.